Howdy, this is a righteous farmer. I know I can't compete with all these crazy videos we love to watch, but I'm in the mood to make some myself. And just maybe I'll be able to give you some hints and tricks about successful home gardening.
Oh yeah.
Righteous Farmer here, aka Mr. Oldtimer. Howdy! Today on my planting calendar, it is May 21st, and the garden is finally drying out a bit after a slop or two of rain. Well, we don't have summertime temperatures quite yet, but as you can see, the wind is hanging in there. One of these days, though, the wind will stop blowing, and it won't take up again until this winter. Yes, sir, before long, we'll be sitting around on the porch popping juicy fruit gum and fanning and talking up a storm about how pleasant a little gust of wind would be to cool down our fevered brows. Well, today, as someone may have mentioned, we are tying tomatoes. Nothing sexy about tying tomatoes, but it must be done. Kind of like taking the hair off a hog before making crunchy meat skins. Observing the old fellow plodding onwards, in the video, watching right along with you, it may be observed that tomato plants at this stage may be handled a bit more roughly than a young tender tomato plant. Even so, hands off the trunk of the tomato tree, please. Always handle by the limbs and the leaves. Did I say handle? Always handle by the limbs and leaves. Now, I could cut that little bit out, but I'm going to leave it in because I'm just the kind of guy I am. Just heaving into view is that ratty, nasty-looking clear bag of something. Can you guess what it is? How about lederhosen? Pantyhose? This is the first time these tomato babies have been tied. There will be lots more. The trick is to find a place on the plant near the top where a couple of branches run out and to do up a loose overhand knot, that is to wrap the tie around the plant and run the end back through the wrap one time, just like tying your shoelaces. Then tie an identical knot above it and cinch it up tight. It keeps the first knot from slipping. Being stretchy pantyhose, if you'll leave a little slack, the stuff will expand as the plant gets thicker. A word of warning, as in any material you use, if you overdo the first tie, that is, make it too tight, it will strangle the plant and you'll lose it. So leave a little room in your tie for growth. After all that mess, pull up your pantyhose and wrap around the wire a time or two and then cinch it up good and fast. Again, you can be a little more aggressive with your youngster tomato plants now. It's also muito importante, as they say way down in Brazil, to pinch or cut off those lower limbs. Ideally, you don't want a bucket of growth to take place until the plant reaches your tie wires. Keeps the tomatoes from growing all over the ground. You'll still get a few off the ground, but not near as many as you will from up above. If you mind and trim up that tomato plant just so early. Tell you what, now my wife uses a sure enough quilter's cutting board to make those pantyhose tie-out strings, but she didn't used to. Scissors will be just fine. When you go to make yours, you want to make sure and make them of two lengths. Short, maybe 6 to 8 inches, not stretched, and long, say about 10 inches or so. You will have need of both lengths, and so as not to waste material, it's best to have both sizes. The shorter ones will be more handy later on in the season as you continue to tie up your wandering tomato limbs. At some point, more early than later, you will be mostly done with the tying up chore. There will still be a few naughty vines trying to escape by and by, but not so many. I'm going to wind up my tomato tying about here, but before I go, I must relate and confess that I'm no fan of AI. Well, what's AI got to do with tomatoes, Mr. Oldtimer? Well, I am an old-timer, so sometimes my mind wanders. Bear with me, future viewer. Even though I have been computing since 1985, I still don't know what it takes to code AI. Like, what's the difference between that stuff and regular computer code, which I don't know much about either. See, all my coding took in place way back in the Commodore computer days. That's way back. Well, chances are good that by the time you see this pitiful little vid, that the jig will be up. You will be fully immersed in AI. I won't be around to see it, you understand, and I'm not bitter about that, no siree. See, even today in my good old 2025, when one fires up a video, one doesn't know if it's real or made up. Ain't no AI in here. All that to say, here there be no AI. Or at least not much. I use it for my thumbnails. Some thumbnails. Any other slight manipulations you may see in video or audio, well, that was available before Robbie the Robot, okay? Look, just do me one favor, future viewer. You go do your garden. Don't make your poor robot go do it all, okay? Alrighty. Glad we got that out of the way. Don't be mean to your robot. I mean, robot don't get the kind of fun out of gardening that you can. That's just my assumption. I don't know. Maybe robot gets more fun. I don't know. Cut me some slack, okay? I don't know what I don't know. I'm going to leave you today with your friend and mine, outside the house yard terror, Buttercup T. Cat, once again. I know you really crave Orange Cat bad and his troublesome cohort, Radar T. Cat, down at the house, but they haven't done anything spectacular lately. At least nothing I caught on video. But you will be seeing more of them, I promise. See you next video. We'll be planting peppers and some more stuff too, I promise. Wow.